Okay, good morning, everyone. The board meeting of the Gateway Development Commission is now called to order. Today, we are holding a public meeting of the Gateway Development Commission's Board of Commissioners. Today's meeting is being held in person, but public comments will continue to be solicited virtually. Audio is also being live streamed from the Gateway Program website. The Commission will solicit comments from members of the public who have signed up for in-person comment. The Commission is also soliciting comments from the public that may be participating today virtually. A form for soliciting these comments is posted on the Gateway Program website for those who wish to submit a comment for today's meeting. Acting Secretary Anderson, may I ask you to conduct the roll call and report on the public notice for today's meeting?
Co-Chair Glenn.
Here.
Co-Chair Gray-Walverk.
Here.
Vice Chair Kosha.
Here.
Commissioner Barbas.
Here.
Commissioner Bauer.
Here.
Commissioner Rosen.
Here.
And Commissioner Dominguez has advised that she is delayed but will join for the action items. We have a quorum. Adequate notice of today's regular public meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Gateway Development Commission has been provided in accordance with the Commission's enabling legislation. The agenda and public documents pertaining to the board meeting have been made publicly available on the Gateway Program website. Notice of the meeting was posted to the website 5 business days before the meeting, and public notice of the time and place of the meeting was provided to appropriate media outlets. A video recording of this meeting will be posted on the Gateway Program website.
Thank you. The next item on today's agenda is the report on the minutes of the October 11th, 2024 meeting of the board. I will now turn to Ms. Anderson for a report on the minutes of that meeting.
Copies of the minutes of the meeting of October 11th, 2024 were delivered in electronic form by myself to the governors of New York and New Jersey on October 11th, 2024. The time for action by the governors of New York and New Jersey expired at midnight on October 28th, 2024, at which time actions recorded in the minutes went into full force and effect.
Thank you. We will now turn to the GDC staff for an update on the Gateway program and presentation of the budget for fiscal year 2025.
Prior to the Gateway program update, I will note for the record that Commissioner Barbas has been recused from all matters involving the delivery partner contract. Commissioner Barbas will drop from the line when this action item is presented.
Good morning, Commissioners. This morning, I'm going to give a quick progress overview, and then later in the meeting, we'll talk about and seek approval of our 2025 proposed operating budget. We'll seek approval of delivery partner Phase A extensions. We'll have a construction progress update from our acting chief technical officer, and then we'll address the 3 action items for consideration this morning. Turning to the progress overview, I'm very pleased to update you on construction progress. The west side of Tonnelle Avenue project is now complete, and we're ready to make those necessary lane shifts and continue the work under the avenue. The first Hudson River ground stabilization cofferdam is complete. The Hudson Yards concrete casing, section 3, the secant pile work is nearly complete, so that project is moving along. On the funding progress, $4 billion in federal funds have been obligated for the Hudson Tunnel project, and that includes both SIG and FSP dollars. And of course, the RIF loans are available to us as matching local share. The first drawdowns on the capital investment grant and the railroad rehabilitation and improvement financing loans have occurred. With respect to organizational progress, we're continuing to build out GDC and MPA, our delivery partner staff capacity. Our community engagement centers have been secured in both New York and New Jersey. I'm very pleased to have those opening soon. 7 out of 10 of our planned contract packages are either in construction or in procurement. Looking ahead to 2025, we're looking for Tonnelle Avenue to be completed. The tunnel boring machines have been procured for the work under the tunneling under the Palisades, the P1A project, and then initial work on the vent shaft building and the portal for Palisades Tunnel will be undertaken. So with that, we'll segue to the proposed operating budget. As you can see here, our proposed operating budget for fiscal year 2025 is $56,382,000. And as you can see, that it incorporates $39 million of operating expenses and $17.2 million of interest on our short-term credit facility. The costs for that short-term credit facility will be borne, the fund source for that will be our reserve fund. And as we seek those reimbursements, because those interest costs are fully reimbursable, we'll replenish that throughout the year. And then lastly, I would just note that this translates to an ask of the three funding partners of GDC of just over $10 million for the full year. That is a 46% decrease compared to the ask for this year. So we've really transformed from a planning organization to an executing organization, and the budget does reflect that. If there's any questions, we'll move to construction updates.
Good morning, Commissioners. I just want to get into a deep dive on our exciting progress we have on our 4 active project sites. First, it's the Hudson Yards concrete casing, HYCC 3. As Pat said, Secan Paw's going. We're 91% complete. We're doing rock mass grouting here. We're 87% complete. Doing some H-piles at the west mast. We're about 83% complete. The east mast jet grouting at 90% complete, and we're basically 75% on the dewatering wells complete. To date, we have sold this post has been $24,150. Once we finish the dewatering wells, the next phase, which is an exciting phase, and we're getting into the excavation of the basically HYCC3. Next slide, please. This is the HRGS, Hudson River Ground Stabilization. As Pat said, we're the first 600 feet of the coffer dam, which is about 100 kink piles and about 99 interlocking sheet piles have been completed. Within this area, we are doing the deep soil mixing, the primary columns and the secondary columns. So the plan is moving forward within the enclosed area through the fish moratorium, which starts in January 21 till July. And we're on the budget and within schedule. Next slide, please. This is the Tunnelly Avenue Bridge and utility relocation. As Pat mentioned before, I'm pleased to say we're at the 50% mark. We have finished the entire west side, which included a lot of superstructure, substructure. We're ready to shift the traffic the first week of January, what that means is we're ready to go to the second phase, which is working in the middle portion of Tunnelly Avenue. And we're within budget and schedule to finish this job within the basically substantial completion in October of 25. There's some other works. As you see on the picture, we've also finished the temporary pedestrian bridge on the east side for the community. Next slide, please. As I said, this is a key thing for the 50% mark, thanks to a great partnership by everybody, on schedule, on budget. Just touch on our next P1A, the Palisades, as Pat mentioned. The contractors well into the submittals. They're mobilized some basically trailers on Tunnelly Avenue. And as Pat said, the TBM have been ordered, and they should be on site for exciting tunnel boring excavation under the Palisades in March of 2026. Thank you very much.
Commissioners, as you know, the delivery partner has been a critical component of the Hudson Tunnel project's continued progress over the past 9 months. Comprised of 3 prime firms, Parsons, Mace, and Arcadis, the delivery partner also includes 34 subcontractors, 24 of which are DBE firms, bringing the contract's DBE utilization rate to over the 20% target. Working alongside GDC staff as one integrated team, the delivery partner has provided essential programmatic and construction management support, including targeted expertise in a number of areas, including permitting, compliance, and project controls. The authorization we seek today will ensure continuity in these areas of work as HTP continues to move forward in the coming years, as well as provide additional services, including first, as Acting CEO McCoy mentioned, establishing 2 new community engagement centers, 1 each in New York and New Jersey, as required by our environmental impact statement. These will ensure that we maintain open and transparent communications and can be as responsive as possible to communities on both sides of the river. Secondly, this authorization will allow for the purchase of critical best practice technology and systems required for project management, cybersecurity, and other important functions. Thank you for considering this item.
Thank you for those updates. We will now turn to, I note for the record that the Commission has solicited virtual comments from the public in advance of and during today's meeting. As I said, a form for soliciting those comments was posted to the GDC website in advance of the meeting. The comment form for virtual participation is available throughout today's meeting. The Commission received 1 virtual public comment by 5 p.m. on Wednesday, December 11th, 2024, from Ivan Thornton from Fiduciary Management Group, LLC. If any virtual comments are received today during the meeting, they will be distributed to the board and posted on the Gateway Program website after today's meeting. All public comments received will also be filed in the Commission's records. Ms. Anderson will now conduct the public comment period for those speakers who have registered in person today. Maria.
Today, we have 3 registered speakers. Speakers, in order to give everyone an opportunity to be heard, we request you limit your comments to 3 minutes. In accordance with the GDC Open Meetings Policy, the public comment period may be limited to 30 minutes. The first speaker is William Healy from New Jersey Alliance for Action.
Thank you very much to the commissioners for allowing me to address you this morning on behalf of the New Jersey Alliance for Action. I think you're very familiar with the mission of the organization, so I won't belabor it, but I'm very proud that we just celebrated our 50th anniversary supporting environmentally friendly infrastructure, and this is the epitome of what we've been doing for half a century. Our long-standing purpose, now 50 years and counting, is why we will continue to be unwavering advocates for this project. The infrastructure which this project will replace has seen the administrations of many presidents and many governors, and its successor infrastructure will see many more. The need to move people in this region is the constant and always will be. This section of the Northeast Corridor line handles about 450 trains a day. 200,000 daily Amtrak and New Jersey Transit trips. New York Penn is the busiest rail station in America. It's at the heart of the incredibly vital rail corridor between Washington and Boston, on which more trips than ever will be taken this year. The Alliance for Action stood before this commission last year, and the promise of 2024, we feel, has been fully realized, led by the execution of the full funding agreement between the federal government and the commission. Now we see the start of the Riverbed Stabilization Project, issuance of the Palisades Tunnel contract, and many other facets of this very, very important project. Of course, we see the dramatic progress of the Portal North Bridge, 1 span in place, and 2 others to come in quick succession. And now the process begins with the RFQ for the New Jersey Surface Realignment Project, This is the first step in the integration of the tunnel into the existing railway network. Dramatic progress all around, and we congratulate Mr. McCoy on his report this morning and that of his colleagues. Economic implications of Gateway in terms of construction jobs are vital to our labor pool over the next decade and beyond. And as we all know, transportation access drives economic development, and this will impact our region for the next century and beyond. The New Jersey Alliance for Action has been and remains a proud supporter of the Gateway project and will continue to be in the future until its last phase is completed and serving its very necessary purpose to the public. We thank the Commission for the opportunity to speak, and congratulations on what you have achieved this year.
Thank you. The next speaker is Ian Ackrich, Regional Plan Association.
Good morning, GDC Board. My name is Ian Ackrich, and I'm here representing Regional Plan Association, the nation's oldest metropolitan planning organization. RPA would like to recognize Gateway Development Commission's progress this year, bringing historic levels of investment into our region, including $12 billion in federal commitments for the Hudson Tunnel project. RPA remains a steadfast partner in infrastructure progress that will benefit both the nation and the region. The jobs and economic benefits for Gateway support our collective future growth and prosperity. Some of that progress and success has already been published in our Early Work, Early Benefits report, which is available on RPA's website. This report noted that in-progress work is already creating 7,500 jobs and $1.6 billion in economic activity from the 3 projects currently under construction: the concrete casing in Manhattan, Tunnelly Avenue in New Jersey, and the Hudson River ground stabilization. Overall construction is expected to produce 95,000 new jobs and $19.6 billion in economic impact, 20,000 more than originally thought. This is only the beginning of the potential economic and jobs benefits of the full Gateway program. Our forthcoming work, to be published in the new year, will detail the full scope of economic benefits from the full build-out of the Gateway program, and we look forward to sharing that both with the board and the region and nation more broadly. Infrastructure investment benefits everyone, regardless of political affiliation. For every individual dollar invested in public transportation, our economy sees a return of $4 in additional economic output, resulting in more jobs and higher incomes. As for progress today, RPA celebrates the news that the Tunnelly Avenue Bridge and Utility Relocation Project has hit 50% completion, both on schedule and on budget. This is significant because the Tunnelly Avenue project creates the access point for the first tunnel boring machines, so keeping this work on track is critical to the overall Hudson Tunnel project. Thank you for your time today, and congrats again on this impressive project.
Thank you. The next speaker is Ivan Thornton, Fiduciary Management Corp.
Good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to speak before you today. The board should be commended for your commitment to underserved communities. We've worked on projects like this throughout the nation, and we find that much of the funds that were stated to be committed to these underserved communities rarely reach their targeted goal for lots of reasons. I would encourage the organization to look aggressively at integrity monitoring, fiduciary oversight, to make certain that these communities are served, and to make certain that the funds are accounted for appropriately and the monies are used correctly. We would be happy to share with you our experiences throughout the nation and what we've seen. This will be our first time trying to do work where in the area, and it's so necessary and so important. Once again, you should be commended for making such a commitment. We look forward to helping you. Thank you.
Thank you. There are no more speakers.
Thank you. I think we're going to the board action items now. Pat?
Commissioners, the first action item to be considered is the authorization of amendment to the board bylaws. And just note that this is an amendment to allow Amtrak to appoint alternates to serve in the event of the absence of the Amtrak commissioner due to unavailability or incapacity. We take one at a time, or we keep going? We'll
I guess we can take one at a time
Yeah.
because we have a recusal, right? So let's take this one. Do any of the commissioners wish to comment on this item? If not, is there a motion from a commissioner to consider this resolution?
So moved.
Oh, Marie, I think you're off mute? Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
Any discussion? If not, I move this motion to a vote. Ms. Anderson, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn?
Yes.
Co-Chair Gray-Wolverk? Yes. Vice Chair Kosha?
Assuming I can vote for this, I wholeheartedly endorse the notion that I am not indispensable, so I will.
Commissioner Barbas?
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer? Yes. Commissioner Dominguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Rosen?
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. The second action item for the board's consideration today is the Gateway operating budget. Pat?
Yes. The resolution is in your packet, the adoption of the Gateway Development Commission final annual operating budget for fiscal year 2025. As noted earlier in my presentation, the resolution seeks authorization of a $56,382,080 final operating budget for fiscal year 2025.
Thank you. Pat, do any of the commissioners wish to comment on this item? Is there a motion from a commissioner to consider this resolution?
I motion.
I'll
Second?
second it.
Thank you. Any discussion? If not, I move this motion to a vote. Ms. Anderson, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn?
Yes.
Co-Chair Gray-Wolverk? Yes. Co-Chair, Vice Chair Kosha?
Yes,
Commissioner Barbas?
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer? Yes. Commissioner Dominguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Rosen?
Yes.
The motion passes. Prior to the next action item, I will note for the record that Commissioner Barbas has been recused from all matters involving the delivery partner contract. Commissioner Barbas will now drop from the line now that this action item is being presented and will rejoin for executive session.
Third and final action item this morning is authorization of delegation of authority to the Chief Executive Officer in connection with contract GDC-24-005 HTP for the performance of professional services by the delivery partner MPA to support the Hudson Tunnel project, issuance of new task orders, and assignment and assumption of leases.
Thank you. Do any of the commissioners wish to comment on this item? If not, is there a motion from a commissioner to consider this resolution?
So
So moved.
I'll take that as a move and a second. Any discussion? If not, let's move this motion to a vote. Ms. Anderson, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn?
Yes.
Co-Chair Gray-Wolverk? Yes. Vice Chair Kosha?
yes,
Commissioner Bauer? Yes. Commissioner Dominguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Rosen?
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. I now understand that we're going to have a little video presentation just to put it all together so we can see what we're doing. Steve?
We noted, obviously, the 50% completion of Tunnelly Avenue, and we wanted to we're going to make this public, and we wanted to show you all first the work that it took to get there from the team, and it's been an incredible effort so far, and one that will continue through next year. So take it away.
Construction is now underway on the New Jersey side in what will ultimately be a new 2-track tunnel under the Hudson River connecting New York and New Jersey. And With that, ground has broken on the New Jersey side of the Hudson Tunnel project in North Bergen. Work will be done to relocate utilities and construct a new roadway bridge for Tunnelly Avenue. It's expected to be completed in 2025.
Exciting stuff. Makes us, all of our children should be civil engineers. Very exciting. Good stuff. So now we will be entering into executive session to discuss contract negotiations, personnel matters, and matters in which the release of information could impair a right to receive funds from the United States. After the executive session, the board will reconvene in public session and for the purpose of adjourning the meeting, and no further business will be conducted. I make a motion to enter into executive session to discuss contract negotiations, personnel matters, and matters which the release of information could impair a right to receive funds from the United States or to another grantor. May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, motion carried. We'll go into executive session now. Thank you. Okay. I hereby reconvene the open session board meeting. Ms. Anderson, do we have a quorum?
We have a quorum.
Thank you. There being no further business to conduct today, I make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second that, Alicia.
Thank you. I move this motion to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? No. Motion is approved and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.